Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and it's off to another rolling start. We're going to be having a 1 versus 1 right here in nighttime Semois. Yes, indeed, we shall be back into the darkness, into the night, where the frightful things are. Who shall be fighting? Well, we shall be seeing our good friend Helpinghans, fighting for the Americans, fighting for the 2nd Infantry Division right here in the darkness, hoping dearly that something will not go bump. Opposing them shall be Switchtre, or Switchtre, I'm not entirely sure how I want that to pronounce. Fighting though for the Wehrmacht. Fighting for the 17th SS Panzergrenadier Division Götz von Berlichingen. Ready to fight for the fatherland, glory and honor. Of course, interesting to see how this one will work out. We've already seen pioneers spreading out to either side. Wehrmacht quarters up, bags up. We're in fact seeing a 3 engineer, no, in fact 4 engineers start from Helpinghans. Quite interesting. So Helpinghans obviously will be trying to sort of gain as much territory right from the beginning, and probably then use that to get a lot of munitions and get a lot of flamethrowers, and then use all of those engineers to become a real pain in the arse for Switchtre, who's starting out with a single lonely Volksgrenadier team marching out for the fatherland, with victory in their hearts, hopefully. Well, we'll find out what they had for dinner if not. But engineers spreading out pretty quickly, rather heavy focusing on the west. Of course, we can get straight to that high ammunition part. That's certainly going to help a lot with getting some flamethrowers for those engineers. Note right here, Switchtre is not bothering wiring off this point. Quite enough, he's just moving onwards. And he's actually starting out with a bike. Perhaps he's sort of trying to figure out if his opponent has gone for a 4 engineer start. I mean, in that case, it's not uncommon for high-ranking players like Helpinghans, who is rank 16, to go for the 4 engineer start. In that case, a bike early on might help, or a swim bike, of course, to sort of harass the engineers, open up a bit on them, and sort of limit their effectiveness early on. Volksgrenadier heading towards the sort of right-hand side, starting some engineers harassment. Well, moving up to deny the munitions, and the engineers right here coming around the 5 on the bike, blasting away with its MG42, mounted on the sidecar, and the engineer drops, dead possibly. Yes, indeed, he did not survive that. Bike hunting down for the engineers. Engineers sort of trying to run around corners, but for how long will that work? Clearly not very long, as Helpinghans engineers run into a bit of problems. Riflemen do arrive from Helpinghans. Certainly he's already running into a few issues right there, although his engineers right there continue up, getting spotted by the pioneers, I imagine, quickly prompting the Volksgrenadiers to move over there. And at the same time going for the cut-off point, but perhaps Mr. Reich might try to salvage that. Alongside Mr. MG42. The engineers are quickly sent off packing here. Again, the Volksgrenadiers constantly having to run around like watchmen, dealing with some unruly children. Unlike though in this case, you don't shoot the unruly children, although I'm sure some parents would love to. Volksgrenadiers still manage to push them off. Engineers heavily wounded. Pioneers getting caught by the riflemen. Fuel point here has been protected, and much to Switchtre's enjoyment, I'm sure. Though he is losing the western side, as the riflemen are proving to be a bit more of an issue there. Already laying down mines. Good job there, Helpinghans, although perhaps not so great to let Switchtre actually spot it, if he actually reacts to that. Of course, is a good question. MG42 moving out, 2nd Volksgrenadier team arriving. Already, though, Helpinghans is holding, well, the majority of the map. Although there's still a chance for Switchtre to sort of gain half the other one. We're going for the fuel point right there. Bike keeping close to the front as well. Rifle advancing up. Volksgrenadiers not entirely sure what they're supposed to be doing. While the others are going for the munitions point there. While Rifle are arriving. Bit of quiet there. Rifle coming out. Swift fire from the MG on the bike. Volksgrenadiers take up position in the house. Bike a bit on his own, but Volksgrenadiers rushing forwards. Rifle under heavy fire. Pioneers with minesweepers. They do spot the mine as was there, but they didn't get time to actually clear them out as Rifle are advancing. Volksgrenadiers on the wrong side of the cover, but that's because of the bike. Oh dear. One man drops, and that's the squad leader. That usually seems to be the thing, and he gets flung into the river or lake, whatever.
Ground out there.
By the way, they're not going to be finding his body anytime soon. And quickly Wehrmacht forces getting attacked from several sides. Flamethrower engineers and some regular engineers on the north. MG42 moving in. A second one arriving from Switchtre. Volkskriegs holding out here. Minesweepers clearing out the mines. Rifleman quick taking position up in this house. Coming out of after the MG42. Imagine more riflemen. MG42s on all sides, placing some engineers in, getting one killed, thus forcing a retreat. Helpinghans pressuring on though. Will we be seeing additional flamethrowers? Apparently not. We're charging in here. Volkskriegs quickly rushing out. MG42 covering the flank right there. Volkskriegs inside the house, thus denying that to the Americans. Flamethrower engineers. Oh, few men down there to the Volkskriegs side of the building. Rifleman caught on the outside as well, pinned in fact. And the rifleman inside the other house can't really get out. And the Volkskriegs are quick to move to try and salvage things here, but riflemen are flanking the other MG42. Flanking on all sides, attacks, further attacks. And these riflemen there might want to consider getting out of there while they still can. Bike down to the riflemen, mines down by the pioneers, MG42. I think that was a misclick. Mine goes off. MG42 makes a run for it. And the riflemen get pushed off. Then looks like the other chaps will be making... No! Not a retreat. They're going for the cut-off point, hoping to deny Switchtre his precious munitions. But in the meanwhile, Switchtre is doing the exact same thing to his opponent on the other side of the map. That's always a nice start. But these riflemen might be running into some problems. MG42 moving up. Volkskriegs moving in from the other side, but quick on his feet. Helpinghans saves his riflemen. Oh well, what's left of them. Additional arriving now. In fact, Helpinghans has 4 engineer teams. 3 of those equipped with flamethrowers and 4 rifleman teams. He has quite a lot of firepower on his hands. Not so much for Switchtre, who's a bit slacking. Although he's of course doing his best to sort of minimize that with barbed wire and hopefully some mines. Flamethrower engineers trying to clear out some mines here, but there are none, so there's nothing there. In the meanwhile, all of the mines are in fact right here. And then just marching right into some Volkskriegs. And an MG42 to aid as well. Another push up here with another assault party. But another MG42 proves to be their doom. Or at least their foil. Of course, question is, what will Switchtre do next? He's certainly a bit under attack from all sides. Interesting enough, there's been only a Trier center up now as well. No upgrades for the riflemen, no supply at either. Or BAR. Then again, that might be soon. Or not. But looks like the engineers are moving in here and they will be running into a tiny minefield. No one killed, but they're all heavily wounded. Penned, and out there they're going to be walking right into it. Yes, indeed. 3 engineers down. Trying to burn the fence here, which you can do with flamethrowers. On this case, it doesn't seem like Helpinghans is having any luck. Apparently the fence has been covered in flame retardant painting by Pierre the Lucky Farmer. Rifleman sneaking up there on the MG42 though. Pioneer salvaging the bike for munitions. That's a good move. Very good one in fact. MG42 getting flanked by flamethrower engineers. Or what? Will Helpinghans try to get it out of there? Yes indeed, rushing towards the house, although he still has to be careful. Rifleman moving in from the north, Volkskriegs on all sides getting fired upon. We'll be seeing more flamethrowers. Yes indeed. Now trying here with the fence, not fancying any further mines. That's certainly not a bad precaution. There we go. In this case, it has not been painted in that flame retardant. Oh dear, mine goes off, killing the MG crew. That was quite unfortunate right there for Switchtre. And quick on it, Helpinghans does steal an MG from the Wehrmacht from the 17th. Not looking good right there. Volkskriegs getting pushed off, and at the same time he's also lost his own fuel point up there. Helpinghans really holds most of the map. Now going for BARs, and he's going for the supply and upgrade, so rather hoping to increase his infantry advantage. And the Kriegbags is up for Switchtre, but that's about it. Volkskriegs now attacked on all sides. MG fire, BAR fire, and of course an MG right there. That's going to prove to be quite the problem. While the rest are reinforcing and whatnot, or even in this case retreating. What shall be coming out? In fact, we can check here right now. 2 grenadier teams. He's going pretty offensive with his own infantry. And in that case, I mean, 2 grenadiers is going to be a pretty good bet, although 1 half tank could also have been of help. Mines going off. Ooh, the MG taking quite a beating right there. And getting pushed off, which should certainly open up the prospect of a counter-attack by Switchtre being more successful. But nice mining for him, really. These pioneers, though, might be running into some problems as riflemen are moving in there. First grenadier team ready, and second one out right now. At the same time, going for the straight for the Sturm Armory. Although they might then escape that anyways. No mines by Helpinghans, so to really make things frustrating for the Wehrmacht. Grenadiers and riflemen pushing on there. We might be seeing a grenade from the Grenadiers. Yes, indeed. Helpinghans, though, is quick to spot and get away. Although it would allow the Wehrmacht troops to get in there. No, never mind. No cover. Further Grenadiers are ready, but I think they might be moving in to deal with the riflemen up here, trying to harass the fuel point once more. Quite a bit of fighting going on here. Who shall be the winner? Looks like the riflemen with the BARs. Both. At least one of them gaining veterancy 1 in the process. But running straight into an MG42 and a mine loss. Again, the mine's really doing quite a bit of lovely work for Switchtre. And what is this? We're seeing a motor pool now up for Helpinghans. That's not a bad idea, but at the same time, we are seeing Switchtre getting a Sturm Armory up. Grenadiers having secured the fuel point once more. Pioneers also pushing out there in the northern areas, and Fraps, so Grenadiers moving up here and there. Others getting reinforced. Sturm Armory up. Armored car on the way, although again that's not going to help against an American armored car if he does not have anything to stop that. He's going to need a Stug or a pack for that. And these Pioneers are getting themselves spoiled very soon if they're not careful. Against a flamethrower, they're a bit in trouble, although the engineers are actually losing to the MP40 equipped Pioneers for now, except now one of them actually catches on fire. Oh dear, he managed to force him up, but the Pioneer at the same time catches on fire, runs into the stone wall and dies a horrific death. Volkswagen is getting suppressed by the American MG42 Grenadiers moving up, but quick to get out of the arc of fire. Armored car soon ready. No armored car though from Hans. Interesting, and no medic bunkers or medic station from either side. Again, with having 4 engineer teams and 4 rifleman teams, that would have meant a lot of wounded, which would have meant more rifleman teams, but apparently Hans felt up wise. Pioneers, oh, right in front of the church with the MG42 in it. Not perhaps the wisest idea. Oh dear, he's actually got grenades. I might explain the lack of an armored car. Getting an entire Volkswagen team right there. That was quite lovely right there, done by Helpinghans. The first grenade can be the most effective since that's the one your opponent never expects. But Grenadiers managed to penetrate through here, and Helpinghans has gotten an observation post, thus increasing the amount of munitions available. That's a good move, in particular with grenades, although it could also certainly work well with either infantry and artillery or airborne and strafing and bombing runs. Nebelwerfer ready, second armored car on the way. Still nothing from the motor pool though. Although I imagine Helpinghans might soon be getting something, since he's of course realized now that his opponent has an armored car of his own. And let's try again. Grenadiers being attacked by riflemen. No veterancy for them, and there's quite a lot of riflemen with the BARs. One does notice a rather noticeable lack of veterancy right here for Switchtre. Might recommend him getting some soon, at least veterancy 1 would be of help. Assault being prepared here by Hans. Forces moving else, otherwise pretty much everywhere, taking points away. Nebelwerfer fires. What shall be the target, though? Apparently the center. One rifleman dies actually from it. Two, although that's once the armored car.
They're losing territory.
Small engagement out here. These folks going to really need either a medic pack or some veterancy. They're really going to die quickly, which is only going to be easy veterancy for the rifleman if he's not careful. Still nothing from the motor pool, though. Quite interesting. Never mind, he's actually gotten rangers with bazookas. And he's already equipped them with Thompson submachine guns as well. Again, I suppose, an advantage of having an observation post, which Switchtre doesn't quite have. Not on the fuel point, though, as of yet. MG42 setting up, rifleman holding up nicely there. Although, with the armored car, they quickly get out of there. Veterancy up, finally. Armored cars patrolling on their own. Quickly dodging that house filled with bazookas, which tends to be a good idea. Mines, so Helpinghans, of course, obviously has gone for infantry. Now he's gone mines. He's gotten rangers. Will we be seeing artillery anytime soon? Yes, with a Panzerschreck, he's obviously expecting some sort of armor from his opponent, but as of yet, there's not really anything. And these grenadiers are not doing too well. In fact, they're quickly getting pushed away. Another grenade. Doing nothing, though. Ooh, that's awfully close. Troops in the cafe coming under heavy fire from the MG. Nebelwerfer fire raking the cemetery, pretty much desecrating it and rendering it a bit of a barbecue. Small engagement here. Armor car getting hunted down by the Rangers. Will they be able to get off a good few bazooka shots? Although again, Veteran 1 does provide nice protection against damage, about 25% reduction in fact. Meaning the Rangers will be needing a few more shots to actually knock it out. With the second armor car though arriving and Grenadiers moving in. And we're actually seeing him getting an officer. That's pretty rare. Two bazookas, about down half health.
This is the Lieutenant.
And this is Lieutenant Gottlieb arriving. You will salute him. And that was a quick flaps interruption. But looks like Switchtre is making good progress now. Moving up a bit here and there, although Helpinghans is quick to counterattack. Now with another observation post, this time on the fuel point. No supply upgrades. Still nothing from the motor pool. Another push right here with an MG42 in support. Grenadiers quickly taking up a position inside the structure right there. MG42 and Volkswagen still are there to help as well. And of course we have Lieutenant and the Nebelwerfers. Oh, the Pioneers went down here. Pretty nasty. Rifleman charging ahead. Oh, they're running into the MG42 and the officer. Grenades. Oh, bit too short. MG42 quickly getting flanked. Armored cars pulling up. Officer slightly retreating. And the rifleman getting absolutely slaughtered right there by the armored cars. Repair bunker up for Switchtre. Might have been out of here with a medic bunker as well. Ooh, mine. Nice. That didn't do much, though. Rifleman stinging in from the north. And we are seeing a tank depot now going out for Helpinghans, which is to be expected when you've got an observation post down the fuel point. But, interesting enough, he has a motor pool, but he's not used it, which I usually say is a bit of a mistake. Officer heroically fighting, even using forced retreat right there. Securing the central victory point for now. And the armor cars moving in here, perhaps hoping to enlist a small raid on the American base, and there's nothing to really stop them. And Helpinghans troops are getting quite a beating, but no, he doesn't continue. Interesting. Usually you'd seen someone perhaps continue to do a bit of damage, but apparently Switchtre feels otherwise. Sturmgeschütz on the way, that's good to see. Will he have veterancy for it? And he's also gotten quite a bit of command points floating. That's not usually a good idea. He could go terror, he could go blitzkrieg. I would certainly recommend that, although I suppose he could also go defensive if he feels like that. But he's doing pretty well without it, so might as well get something a bit more offensive and charge ahead for the fatherland. Mines going down there. Helpinghans suddenly getting very prolific with his mining. But immediately coming under fire, and of course Switchtre rather knows what that means, of course. He has to be careful. Rather than moving up, here Grenadiers and Trotsky's holding out against that MG42. They're able to get them from the point where they really don't get any benefits from the heavy cover. Jolly nice. More riflemen are moving up with the MG42 supporting their own advance. Will they be trying to flank that MG? What will happen? Well, we're also seeing another assault going on here in the south. Engineers leading with Rangers in reserve in case the armored cars appear, and they are in fact reacting. It looks like things went a bit south down here. Officer continuing to take points, getting healed due to veterancy 1. The Rangers holding out as the armored cars move in. And Lieutenant receiving heavy fire from the riflemen. Will he get out of there? Looks like a Grenadier's there to save the day. It looks like the Americans in the center are getting pummeled by Nebelwerfer fire. Hans's riflemen are getting suppressed. And the Grenadiers are taking a beating from now veterancy 2 riflemen. Jolly good. And a mine goes off. Somewhere right there. Ah, he'd forgotten about it and charged right through the mines. That was a bit unfortunate. No supply upgrades though for Hans. Grenadiers lobbing a grenade, but getting quickly rushed by the riflemen, forcing away the Grenadiers, once more allowing them to retake the fuel. And first armored vehicle out for Hans, a tank destroyer. Flamethrower set to sort of try and clear the path. Doesn't want to rush in that tank destroyer and rush it straight into a mine. That would be a bit unhelpful. Looks like he's also gotten a pack now. Besides that Sturmgeschütz, that's only going to help against any tank destroyers. But no tanks as of yet for Hans. That would be nice. I think the Sherman could do a lot against the German infantry. But the tank destroyer arrives, spots the Pumas and opens up. Stug though also arrives. Though no veterans as of yet for the Sturmgeschütz. And artillery actually gets called in. Howitzers have been prepared. Is the off-map kind. Armored car gets damaged, but not destroyed. The tank was actually fully pulled out. And he's actually managed to split up the Wehrmacht forces, but sadly he'd split his own forces out, so he couldn't really take advantage of that. Which means that this armored car might actually survive. At the same time going for the cut-off points right here and the territory. Lieutenant once more under fire. This is not looking good. In this case he's facing off against two. Not really his day though. Constantly running into rifle. In this case veterancy 2. But looks like he will be making out of there alive this time around. No veterancy for the Sturmgeschütz. Not even veterancy 2 for the infantry. Grenadiers with Panzerschrecks. Only in fact veterancy for the vehicles and the infantry, not even for the support units, which could have meant the Nebelwerfer was firing faster. In fact, he's gotten another one. That's only going to help artillery-wise. Though he's still a bit on the slippery side of things and could easily get into a lot of trouble once more if Hans pulls off another excellent assault. Lots of mines right there from both sides, but so far everyone seems to take the other paths. Hold your mine and one down, the other's pretty wounded. Still no supplied upgrades for Helpinghans, though a bit of a misfortune there. Grenadiers and officers fighting as the riflemen charge ahead. Grenades going off as an assault moves in. Grenadiers and officer gets pushed off at the same time, though Switchtre has managed a mine of his own. So a bit quiet. In fact, it might have been time to actually switch back to Helpinghans. I forgot about that, sorry. But I have so much manpower, yes indeed, but you can't really use it, which is a bit of a problem, particularly now you're losing points there. Quite a bit of units though still around there for Hans. In particular, plenty of infantry.
When it's ours, we'll say we like it down.
Taking fire! Hit that armored car!
Not sure what's going on here. These folks are going to seem to be taking an awfully long route around. Rushing straight into Rangers and riflemen with submachine guns, and looks like they will not be surviving. Quite tragic. Folks going to seem down. That's a lot less infantry for Switchtre. Leaving him with only the grenadiers, if I'm not mistaken. And of course the officer. Bit of a standoff situation right there. Hans's forces gathering up for an assault, but they are getting pounded in their preparation sounds. That's the Needwerfers pepper the area. Small engagement right here, riflemen losing to the grenadiers. All the grenade. Oh, 2 grenadiers down. Officer, the only fellow left, really in any sort of fighting status, and of course he's not very good with his Luger. And looks like we are seeing artillery in the base. It's in fact howitzer fire. Getting the Nebelwerfer, although not knocking it out completely. Veteran 2 on the armored cars. Quite interesting. It only actually increases their sort of line of sight. Nothing else. And of course, might he be getting some veterancy for this infantry? It could be. He could be. Grenadiers getting reinforced. Armored car getting pelted with fire from the tank destroyers. Stug in a bit of a problem. Pack though has arrived, and artillery gets called in immediately. Armored tank destroyers rushing through it. Bazookas on the Stug. Artillery knocks out the anti-tank gun. Stug though does not get out, and a forward barracks right there. Main gun destroyed on the armored car. Oh dear. Grenadiers getting pushed out. Rangers in the middle of everything, but they're taking heavy losses from Stug and MG. And he's actually trained new Volks Grenadiers. That's pretty rare with the Volks Grenadiers. And the Grenadiers quickly steal a bazooka before retreating from all this horrendous firepower. Second tank destroyer could try and knock out that Stug, but he seems a bit cautious. Come on. Oh dear, come on. Can you? No, apparently not. And more artillery against the cafe. Oh dear, Pack gets absolutely wrecked. Now on map, artillery joining in. Besides off map, that is quite a lot of artillery. It doesn't look like to actually be knocking out anything except that Pack. And a Pioneer. But still the 17th SS are holding out. After Normandy, they were pulled back for refitting and were then sort of used in a follow-up operation to Operation Herbstnebel, also known as Wacht am Rhein, which was sort of Operation Nordland, or Nordwind. Actually, Nordland was a division. No, Nordwind was a sort of attack in the Alsace-Lorraine region when everybody was sort of supposed to be occupied up in the Ardennes. Didn't go too well either. Did a bit of damage, but that was about it. It also featured, I think, one of the few cases on the Western Front where an SS Gebirgs division actually fought. More mines from Helpinghans and the Grenadiers. Oh dear, one sets them off, and they're crawling awfully close to the other one.
Rifle squad has the objective.
And others are moving up, this time also equipped with an American bazooka now. Rushing straight into the riflemen. Lots of explosives going off here and there. Grenadiers getting absolutely pummeled though by the riflemen, which results in a pretty quick retreat from those Grenadiers. Armor car heavily damaged. Sturmgeschütz also. Repair bunker, quite the nice investment right there. Nebelwerfer recruit. Oh dear, could be getting a sticky bomb off there. More attacks from Helpinghans. Still no medic station, but he's actually quite good with the unit preservation. He's only lost a few engineers, mostly. More artillery. Oh dear. Switchtre needs to get those troops out of that building before it collapses with the MG crew in it.
Enemy unit.
Never mind. And more artillery on the Puma and Pioneer position right there. Repair troops getting knocked out. Puma down as well. Well, heavy armored car. The Puma is the one which has actually been upgunned. And not every division did have Pumas. Though they didn't have this sort of other ones, you know, the heavy armored car. The lighter one, is known as the armored car for the Panzer Elite, was actually phased out and replaced with a sort of half-track armored car. More Nebelwerfer fire going towards the center. And once more Helpinghans doing his best to secure most of the map, but what is this? Bike charging into the base. This would probably mean some sort of doctrinal choice. And by that sound, he's gone Terra and he's gotten a V1 coming in. This is going to be quite a bit of a show. And obviously, that howitzer is going to be the target, and we're just sort of seeing a sad smiley face from Hans. As he loses his howitzer, he's actually getting some veterans upgrades for the supply yard. Further fighting in the center, tank destroyers. Still no Shermans though, still no Shermans. His tank destroyers will be quite a bit cautious. He's not really trying to sort of go in. There's only one Sturmgeschütz really. Although I suppose there's all these Panzerx and bazookas. Silly Dane.
Front shifting. Routes are grabbing territory from us.
Trying to retake territory. Looks like the officer actually went down some point. And I missed it. Tragic. Tank destroyer goes down. Either to bazooka or Panzerschreck fire. Stug with 4 kills, Veterancy 1. Though I suppose he could get Veterancy 2 and actually get the light MG on it. Plus, of course, the thing to note about Veterancy 2 Stugs, they actually get a small health buff. So they actually become tougher. Rather than charging north here against the Pioneers, once more trying to deny the fuel to Switchtre. Oh dear, armored car hits a mine, damaged engine. And Hans is pretty quick to get himself a replacement howitzer against those dastardly krauts. No LMGs though for those grenadiers, that could have been nice I suppose. More engagement right here, grenadiers moving up. Armored car also joining in the fun. And the howitzer has been prepared. Firing away immediately. Right at the Nebelwerfers, once more with a counter artillery fire. Nebelwerfer cleared out, once more grenadiers retreating. Right through it. That seems a bit risky. Another fresh tank destroyed, but still no Shermans, still no upgun Shermans. How that could have been helpful against the Stug. Plus also dealt much better with the infantry. So I think that could be a bit of a problem if Hans constantly gets those without actually getting some Shermans. Another armored car ready.
Reinforcements ready to roll.
And off-map combat groups as well now. He's also definitely got some more munitions for another howitzer shoot. Replacement Trier center going up. Though he's still holding most of his riflemen alive, some of the 22. Rangers are still alive also, but they haven't really managed much in terms of damage, it seems like.
Go, go, go! Construction is done. Good enough for army work.
Once more, the Nebelwerfers fire, hoping to dig out the Americans. As the second one proves to be a nuisance bunker going up right here by the ruins of the cafe. The scent of coffee spreading itself slowly over Semois. And the bike's actually still alive, firing away, joining in a bit, and we are seeing artillery right there on the armored cars. Not entirely sure that was the best position. Again, there's just going to be moving away. But we are seeing all-map artillery as well, perhaps hoping to lure them into that because there's no sort of smoke for that. Hammering away, but so far doesn't seem to be hitting anything. But there we go, Nebelwerfer crew decrewed. Although the other one has been recrewed. Bike goes down to the rifleman. Charging through the center here, riflemen and rangers alike. But taking heavy losses, we're seeing a grenade on the grenadiers, killing 2. And we are seeing some grenadiers moving into the north as well. Bunkers up, MG bunker to cover the central victory point, although it needs to be rendered German obviously first. And let's return to Switchtre. Rifleman over here. Oh dear, it's quite a lot of damage from the naval Werfers. And the tank destroyer facing off against not 1 but 2 Stooks. Oh dear, riflemen setting off the mine. They got killed, but they also damaged the engine of one of the Stooks. This could work out quite interestingly. And the Stook was substituted for some divisions' panzers, usually the Panzer Grenadiers. And in some cases, Panzer divisions would also have Stooks in their, well, Panzer divisions, and not even have a Sturmgeschützabteilung, which they were actually supposed to have. The 9th and 10th SS divisions were actually examples of this, with one of their battalions basically being a mix of Panzer IVs and Stooks, despite the fact they're supposed to have 1 battalion of each. The Stook did find itself as a bit of a Ersatzpanzer. Moving forwards for the fatherland. Tank destroyer trying to get out of there. Engineers moving up, rifle moving up. This could actually be the end for the Stook if he gets sticky bomb, but it does manage to knock out the tank destroyer.
We're losing a sector.
And the Rangers in a bit of trouble, only with 1 bazooka left versus 3 armor cars. That's not really going to end well. And 2 Sturmgeschütz in trouble as riflemen are advancing. Howitzer fire also going off. I'm imagining he's trying to get those armored cars, but of course they're just going to be moving out of this, and of course the Howitzer has to hit them in the first place. Sticky bomb on the Stook. Will it go down? Yes, indeed. Assault gun is kaput. Riflemen gain veterancy 3 in the process. And the armored cars push on.
Let's find some Amerikaner.
Another Stook trying to get out of there desperately. At the same time going for the victory points. Sneaky, sneaky.
We are ready to push back the Yankees.
And another fight actually for Switchtre. Stook immobilized. Will the rifleman be able to get off 1 final sticky bomb before they're forced to run away due to the armored cars? Yes, indeed. And this could mean the end for another Stook. Pioneers that are on the job to repair it. Engine destroyed, but it's still there. It is still functional. A small victory for the Wehrmacht. Both supplied upgrades, in fact, up now. Well, I think that was a bit late. Mine goes off. Artillery fire. Oh, the main gun destroyed. I don't think it will survive that. And there we go. Another assault gun down. 17th SS will be having a bit of trouble replacing that.
200 points.
Armored recon ready.
And he certainly does not have the munitions to actually pull off another V1 rocket at the moment to knock out that Howitzer. That's certainly going to have some time before it has to worry about another explosive demise.
We're under fire, my God!
Oh, Needlever gets hit by the artillery. And is in fact completely knocked out. Grenadiers in a bit of trouble as Rangers and Riflemen are moving in.
The enemy is seizing
Looks
our
like they will be
territory.
making out of their life, and in fact now veterancy 2, which is also nice. Tank destroyer moving up against the bunker, but still not a single Sherman. Not a single bloody one. Fresh Sturmgeschütz on the way. No further veterancy 2 for it. I mean, veterancy 2 would do them quite nicely, I think. More Needler for fire, although of course the amount that can be delivered is much smaller than previously. And no attempt really as an observation post either for Switchtre, which could have been of help. I think could have gotten more firestorms, more upgrades for his infantry. A lot of things really. Tanks are moving forwards, but of course now with the Sturmgeschütz in support, that's going to be a bit more dangerous. Stuck though, getting out of there as the riflemen with sticky bombs are approaching. And no one likes to get covered in sticky bombs. No one. Oh dear, these engineers are going to get plastered with auto-cannon fire. They need to get out of there, lest they be sent home in several pine boxes. And we are seeing artillery against the MD bunker in the center. And M10 fire. Bazooka fire. This is pretty severe firing right there from Helpinghans. Grenadiers getting ready. Another needle wave on the way. Ooh, full grenades going down right into the rifleman veterans of 1. And the second needle wave already, 150mm. By the way, they did have larger needle waves. It is not that, in fact, they had some with about 200mm rockets.
They're defending the farmland until the death.
And looks like someone actually died right there. Might have been Pioneers with a bike. Not entirely sure what. Oh, who? And going for the fuel point, but getting pinned by needle wave fire before they're able to secure it. Both Grenadiers getting ready. Both Grenadier teams. A bit clumped up. Rangers and tank destroyers and riflemen. Veterans of 3 riflemen, in fact. And the howitzer fires. Grenadiers are a bit close to each other. And one shot, and that's pretty much 2 Grenadier teams. Which again rather underscores sort of the effectiveness of American artillery. That was 2 Grenadier teams. 1 Panzergrenadier left behind. Oh dear, of course. Oh, the poor luck for Hans. No, it's still there. Oh dear, he has veterans 3 Panzergrenadiers now, and of course, what does that mean? Will Panzergrenadiers get a 50% damage bonus? At the same time, we are seeing a bike moving up, probably going to get off a V1. Yes, indeed. But still, 2 Grenadier teams lost is quite big. Oh dear, veterans 2 howitzer even. And that just pretty much gutted Hans. He's lost a supplier and both upgrades, meaning he has a lot less manpower now available. You should probably consider getting a replacement supplier very soon. Sticky bombs on the armored car, knocking out of control. Second one also not a trouble though. While he's doing terribly in the base, he's actually having good control right here on the front lines, knocking out quite a bit. Second armored car might be going down any second time. Yes, indeed. Second armored car down. Stuke's moving in. Another one is still there, and the bike might be in a bit of trouble as well. Oh, gets hit by the mine. Oh, well, hits the mine. And an anti-tank gun is actually right for Hans, quite interestingly. And we are seeing a fresh officer out. Lieutenant von Ritter.
We have a threat to our victory point.
Although an American heavy machine gun moving up, that could be an off-map combat group, actually. We are seeing a triage center going up, but still no supplier. Come on, Hans. A supplier would do you excellently. It would really help, help with the manpower. And would also, of course, immediately return the upgrades, if I'm not mistaken. So again, consider getting that. That would... You really need a supply yard returned to action. Please, Hans.
We're all reinforced, people.
But still lots of infantry. In fact, he's now up to 5 rifleman teams. And there we go, setting up a note. Both upgrades will be there. And now he's actually sending it way as far as possible so it doesn't get hit by another V1 rocket. As he's probably fearing that. Rangers launching another counterattack. Still, they haven't really managed to do a lot of damage. They've only killed 1 man. That's not really impressive for a Ranger. With Thompson submachine guns and bunkers. Rifleman getting ready, moving out once more. That's pretty much all Hans has left. They can still do a lot of damage, plus he still has access to some howitzer shoots. And there we go. Supply yard ready once more. Manpower increased again once more.
Cover me!
Though obviously, Switchtre is not giving up either.
Germans are after one of our munitions points.
Rather than getting pummeled. And quickly sends scurrying back.
Eyes on me.
Our front lines are collapsing.
Now going for the final victory point. Rifleman getting off a nice good hit there with a Panzer Schreck. Of course, note they do get quite some bonuses, increased accuracy and increasing the damage by 50%. Which is usually why you never want a Panzer Schreck to fall into the hands of your opponent, in particular if he has veterancy-free riflemen. And another team of veterancy-free riflemen. Ooh, dear.
Enemy unit down.
Clean their damn crowd clocks!
And looks like some pioneers were utterly annihilated up here. It looks like Switchtre is getting ready for another assault. Still no veterancy from the Sturmgeschütz. Would have been nice, he's just getting more Pumas. Well, armored cars. MG secured, riflemen advancing, artillery getting called in. Anti-tank gun also ready, stolen from the Americans. Lots of resources being gathered. I imagine he might be going just for another off-map combat group in the hopes that will save him.
Orders?
Win is ours once they lock it down.
Lining up for another assault.
Yes, sir.
More riflemen, more rangers, more heavy machine guns, more engineers. And the officer managed to force away one team, already ruining the assault a bit there for Hans. And another artillery barrage right there on the Sturmgeschütz. Oh dear, he's actually not moving them out of there. Oh dear. And looks like the officer is going on a heroic mission to secure that last victory point. More Nebelwerfer fire.
Losing a victory point.
Rifleman could be charging in anytime soon, I suppose. I'll give you Smurfs if you don't come back. Okay. And for those wondering, I imagine he's talking about Smurfs Honor, which basically means he's the fellow here, Switchtre, is smurfing.
We're down to 50 points.
And he's basically saying that even if Hans for some reason loses, he's still going to get the win because he's, you know, not playing to sort of rank up another account. So essentially what Mr. Switchtre is basically being is very nice, which is certainly nice. So thumbs up to him. Of course, that's from what I understand. Of course, I might be utterly horribly wrong. Full guns with the BA rifle getting torn apart. Artillery once more. Right on the MG position. Oh, Pioneer team goes down. Armor car takes a direct hit. Bit slow there. Another armor car hit. And the heavy machine gun, that got brutalized in seconds. And the King Tiger on the way as well soon. Rifleman charging in. Trying to secure that victory point. Off-map combat group very close. Sticky bomb on the armored cars. Does knock out the engine, Nebelwerfer fire. Volksguards holding out in the church. Anti-tank gun getting flanked by what remains of the Veterancy 2 riflemen. And Veterancy 3 actually, my apologies. Part of forced retreat, oh dear. Not much left to hold. Only some Veterancy 1 riflemen versus Stooks and armored cars. Tank destroyers arrive. Well, one tank destroyer and some riflemen. That seems to have been about it. And another ranger team. That's not all bad, but I think it might have been a bit too late. And Fulton's quickly move in towards that victory point. Tank destroyer trying its best, but 2 Stooks prove too much. Rangers arrive. Once more trying to join in there. More Rangers, Riflemen. Will they be able to do it? MG42 on the flank. Armored cars getting pummeled with bazooka fire. MG joins in. Will be seeing a need for fire anytime soon. Grenades. MG cleared. And there we go, the need for fires. And there we go, getting suppressed, getting killed. Though I still think an upgrade for the Stooks more would have been nice. These Rangers are not doing well at all. Oh, the Rangers seem down. And those were the one with the majority of the bazookas. And there we go. Lieutenant von Reta sending them scurrying back home. Giving them a good scolding. Now going straight for that victory point. Though Hans is not giving up, pressing for another assault. With whatever he can scrounge up. And getting met by the 2 assault guns. But again, no Veteran Z2. That would have given them machine guns. King Tiger on the way. And basically doing his best to ensure that victory point does not get taken again. Trying to secure that victory point does not look like he will succeed. Armored cars arrive. GG. And there we go, giving the game to Hans. But again, we pretty much know who won Switchtre, although that was pretty damn close. There were several times where it probably looked like more Hans was winning. And this town has pretty much been burned out. So, I mean, what sort of things could we learn from here? What sort of made this game what it was? Well, I mean, we saw some pretty good aggression from Hans. Really aggressive use, 4 engineers and then 4 riflemen, BARs and grenades. Absolutely devastating, but I think he made a bit of a mistake in not really using that motor pool. Of course, the artillery did help, and I suppose the tank depot, but then no Shermans. I think 1 Sherman, perhaps outgunning it, could also have been a rather great help against Switchtre's armored cars and assault guns. Of course, there's not really much you can do against V1 rockets in the base, or I suppose wiring off or mining would have been a start. And perhaps, you know, trying to sort of place the howitzer a bit farther away from things, so it wasn't quite an easy target to get out with everything else. That's another thought. Also, medic station or medic bunkers from the side would definitely also have been of benefit. But rather close here in the end, but in the end, Switchtre though was able to really pull through. So there you go, a victory for the Wehrmacht. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own. This is from Dane saying cheers.